Welcome to Cranky Reviews, Purple Chicken Spaceman. Coming from the studio of Holmade Games, which is from Ottawa, Canada. Shout out to the Sens. And has a lovely soundtrack from Nerf Herder, which I'm assuming some of you guys know who that is. Comes this weird but delightful side-scrolling shooter. This game was one of the hardest games I've ever had to review, and it's not because it's bad, it's not because it's buggy or anything, it's anything but it is very difficult to review because every game is so short. Like, it is such a grind to get through it all. But that does sound like it's a negative, but it is a positive. Like, this game is so different, it is so difficult, it is so hard, but it is so much fun to rip through. I got all this footage during a stream last night. I played it since this morning, just to sort of get a feel for a few more of the levels, see how the game kind of expands. And yeah, every level has a different theme, every level has different baddies that come at you, so you need to change your strategy up a little bit. Even though my strategy was really just to collect as many of these bombs and shields as I can, and then come super loaded for one game, so then I could win. Once you complete the level, you get to a boss fight, which is a cat that shoots lasers and sometimes Poseidon's in there, and it's just crazy what the thing is. Like one of the cats had an arm missile where it shot its arm at me, and then it still had its arm. It is like completely crazy what this game throws out at you. But I had so much fun playing it. So much so that my partner was actually playing it beforehand because she was like, "Oh, this looks cool." I then couldn't do my review for an hour because she sat there playing it for an hour. She doesn't play video games at all, so she loved this. Price point is quite low as well. Like, I mean, for me it was $11. I think in America it'll be $9.99. So it is very cheap for what you're getting here. It is so different. It is so wacky. It is so weird. So let's run through what the game does really well. The shooting mechanic and the art style is fantastic. I never felt cheated in this game. It is extremely hard. The bosses are very challenging. Every level's different. It has a different feel, has a different soundtrack. It isn't anything the same. This is the problem that you get with some of these games, is that everything is the same, so you get very bored. But everything is different. It does take a few hours to complete too, because it is so hard. At least for me, the only way I could win was really saving up all those power-ups. I feel like some people might be able to cruise through this very quickly if they're very good at this sort of subgenre. But for me, it was a real grind to get through this. The cons, what this game does badly. I don't think there's too much game here outside of once you complete these levels, but I mean, you're not paying for that. Probably the other cons is it is very difficult. It would be nice if they had a game mode that was a little bit easier. That's me personally. I'm not great at this genre of games. I'm really big at shooters, and as you guys know, when you see me play Apex, it's no hold barred over there. But it is. I found this to be very difficult, but that's okay. Like, that's okay. It's clearly what they wanted for. I just feel like, especially with the art style that they have, that this might attract kids, but like kids aren't really going to be good at this game. Then again, as I say that, there's like Mega Man and whatnot of my childhood, and that game is like infuriatingly hard, and like people still played that. So maybe I might shut up on that point. So the only real con is it's just not a huge game, but I mean, you're not paying $60 American to play it, are you? So yeah. The verdict, what do I think? I think this is a great game. I think this is fantastic. It is very weird, it is very odd, but it hits it. It hits that odd spectrum of like, this is kind of cool. I had people watching it on stream that was like, this is pretty cool. I did notice some people didn't like the soundtrack repeating over and over again, so every level has its own soundtrack. So if you get stuck on that level like I was, then you're hearing purple chicken, purple chicken, purple chicken, Spaceman. Really often it does get an earworm in your head. So yeah. Fun fact, completely unrelated to the review, but if you do get an earworm playing this game, which is where you can't stop listening to the song once you leave the game, do an anagram. Write down like 2 words and rearrange the letters that use the same part of your brain. Boom! Science! So I am giving this game 8 stars out of 10. 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. This game's getting 8 out of 10. Because, I mean, I can't give it 10 out of 10 because, like, GTA is set with the 10 out of 10. But 8 out of 10 is really high for me because I think 5 out of 10 is not a bad rating. Like, that's just average. You have released a game. Congratulations. So, 8 out of 10. Well done, you Canadians. You sneaky little Canadians. Great game. I highly recommend you go out and buy it. It's very cheap. It's probably one of the funner indie games that I think are going to come out this year. Very weird soundtrack, very, very different. I think that's the other thing. You're not really going to play a game that's like it. I had so much fun. It is a grind butt to complete it. So, but yeah, it is. You get a real sense of accomplishment once you complete the level. I'm pretty sure I went nuts when I completed the first level because it was such a grind. Anyway, guys, that is the whole video. Thank you so much for watching. If you did like this video, hit the like button. Otherwise, hit subscribe down below. Comment down below you're going to buy this game. And have a great day, and go out and buy this game.